This is PlaymoBello, and these are the small little boxes for the Playmobil Scooby-Doo collection. There are 6 different Scooby-Doo characters. So this is the back of the boxes with all the accessories you get, and each little box shows each character that you can collect. So far, Playmobil released only 6 of these. Basically, when you open one of these boxes, you get a little bag. This is the police Scoob, a figurine, and the booklet that is pretty much folded in two. These are all the characters. You have 6 full characters. But if you turn to the main page here, Playmobil Scooby-Doo. If you remember all the reviews, I reviewed all of these Scooby-Doo sets here. But then in the year 2021, Playmobil released more Scooby-Doos, Fireman, Policeman, etc. So if you look right here, that says new from June 2021. And here are the 6 box arts for the 6 Playmobils. So this is the first Scooby-Doo set 70711. He has a jetpack on his back that is being held by some sort of a elastic strap. It's really difficult to install it because all of these pieces are movable. They really don't stand very well. Depending on the distribution of weight from the front and the back, they just fall. See, the problem is that the legs move a little bit. That's why it won't have enough friction on that foot. The main parts that fall really is the fire and the wings. The rest stays pretty good. Of course, the hat. The wings move like this individually. So Scooby-Doo can now fly. You can aim your wings like this, and or you can play that he's standing like in the cartoons, and I'm gonna remove the wings so it's easily accessible. I'll remove the hat and the fire. And now, if you look here, there is a hook connected to this rubber. So I'm gonna remove one of the hooks. And then you go down here, you remove the lower hook, which is the hardest to remove. It's really difficult. So now the top came apart. So it's really difficult to install this. Now that the top came apart, and now I had to push this back in here and install it. There you go, I made it. It's really difficult to work with, but once it's in there, it won't fall off. You can put a fire pointing in any way, really. You put it pointing sideways. I'm gonna put pointing down again. If you have seen any of the other Scooby-Doo reviews, you can tell that his paws on the front can hold items. There he is. That's Scooby Jetpack. Here we have Scooby-Doo 70712. Fireman Scooby-Doo is just like the jetpack you have for him. He's doing pretty good, I guess. Look at that. There you go. Finally fell, and he fell off the platform. Their paws can't stay on the platform that well. I would say the platform is really for display. Put him on display on a shelf, he will stay pretty good. You have I would say this is some sort of meat. It looks like a cartoon kind of meat. So if you want to hold the axe and stay on 4 paws like that, you can. If you want to emulate the actual animation, you can actually go ahead and just hold him standing like this. Playmobil supplies a little adapter to his paw. If you don't have the adapter, he would have to hold the axe pretty much like this. He can slash things like that. If you hold it like this with the adapter, it looks more realistic, and I like it a lot. But his mouth, if you have seen any of the Playmobil Scooby-Doo reviews that I made, his mouth opens and closes. You can put a piece of pizza in there. You can hold the axe in his mouth like this. There you go. Now he's holding that with his mouth. Let's see how his hat is holding on. This hat is doing really good. This hat won't fall very easily. Look at that. The Scooby-Doo characters have this kind of rubber device on their heads. It's connected through the ears, and then you put the hat on top of that. So there is Scooby-Doo. Fireman Scooby-Doo has his collar, his axe, a little meat there to eat, his fireman hat. Here is the Lifesaver Lifeguard Scooby-Doo 70713. The Lifeguard Scooby-Doo. He has a few extras accessories compared to the other Scooby-Doos that we get here. He comes with a floaty device. He has a burger, a whistle, a life-saving vest, and of course Scooby himself with the standing platform. This is what I would say is the normal Scooby-Doo pose. Now the whistle also came with an adapter, so you can have a little rope so you can tie up around his neck. Now that you took the whistle out, you can put in his mouth, and he looks like a lifesaver. So here is Scooby-Doo somewhat holding the life-saving floaty device, and he also has a burger that he can hold on his paw as well. And that's the lifesaver Scooby-Doo. Here is the police Scooby-Doo set 70714. Comes with the main police items, his hat, his radio, and his donut. If you have a police set at home, any kind of police set, you can play that Scooby-Doo is helping the police, or he's a police officer himself. That means you can also use the police cool pistol. So the police Scooby-Doo has all the main accessories from every other Scooby-Doo. The little rubber under the hat stays pretty good. This hat is also very good in there. There is a radio he holds using a adapter, and he gets a donut. The donut in this specific set stays on his paws really good. Another thing I wasn't very happy with is that my Scooby-Doo came with this belt inside his waist area. It came out, and because of that I feel like I may have stretched my belt. So now it's kind of loose unless I push all the way up into his chest area. Look at that, see how loose it is? That is the Playmobil Scooby-Doo Police Officer. Here is the Playmobil Super Scooby-Doo 70715. Here he is, yet another awesome Scooby-Doo. Look at that, he is indeed Super Scoob. He comes with a somewhat of a vampire cape. Maybe it's not Super Scoob, maybe this is the Vampire Scoob. Let me check on that. Yeah, I looked it up and it is a Vampire Scoob. It looks like a Super Scoob as well because he has a cape. Looks like Superman in a way, so I guess this is not a soda, it's a cup full of blood. Maybe if they gave him a little chalice with a little blood inside, it would look more like a vampire. If you look at his clothing, he is wearing a vampire jacket. If you look at this Scooby here, let's close his mouth. Look at his mouth. That's the police Scooby-Doo. Now look at the Scooby-Doo. He has vampire teeth. So he is a very, very cool vampire Scooby-Doo. You can play that. He got bitten by the vampire from the Scoob Mansion, and then he became a vampire himself. He comes with a soda that could be blood, a sausage, a hot dog, and a cape. This cape is a normal cape from any other Playmobil, so you can switch around and just give that cape to a Playmobil Knight or a Playmobil Vampire. And at last, the Scooby-Doo Samurai 70716. I have been calling him a pharaoh because he reminded me of the Egyptian stuff. If you look at the samurai sword here, samurai helmet, and then you start to realize he's wearing samurai armor. He has all of these golden cuffs, the golden helmet, and this awesome samurai sword. Here on his waist is a somewhat of elastic rubber. Once you're done holding the sword, you can just put on the side just like a samurai. I wish he would have an actual sword holster, but that works as well. And then you can put the donut on his hand adapter right there. His hand will not hold the donut properly. See how loose it is? It keeps falling. Maybe we should bring the police Scoob to investigate. Let's switch here. Let's get this donut in this hand. Let's see. It does not hold. So it is confirmed. It is this Scooby paw that cannot hold donuts. Let's put the blue donut in this officer. It holds, but not as good as this one. So this chocolate donut holds better than the blue donut, but this paw here can't hold any of these than this little blue paint. I like the blue donut better. It matches the police officer there entirely with blue and yellow. Maybe I should just switch the donuts. You see, because his paw is not good enough to hold the donut, I just put in his mouth and he holds it better and it doesn't fall that easy. Now there you go, I put his sword back in there, and that's the Scooby-Doo Samurai. And there you have it, all the Scooby-Doos all together, 6 of them. You see the platform can't hold them. Here's the jetpack, the fireman, the policeman, the lifeguard, the samurai, and the vampire. There we have it, all the figures glued to the album. We have all 6 of them, and this one is the album from the very first Scooby-Doo sets, including the series 1. So I already put the ghost in there from the van. I put Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby, Velma, and Fred. So if you want to see these 2 albums completed, stick around. I'll be reviewing the mystery packs now. Scooby-Doo, I'm hungry. What you doing with those balloons, Scooby?